Imagine a kingdom where gold and silver were as common as stone, where wisdom reigned supreme, and where the name of a single king echoed across the earth. His knowledge surpassed that of all men before him, his wealth outmatched that of entire nations, and his rule brought prosperity, peace, and splendor unlike any the world had ever seen. He was Solomon, the son of David, the chosen king of Israel, the man anointed with divine wisdom. Rulers from every corner of the earth sought his counsel. The Queen of Sheba traveled far, bringing with her riches beyond measure, only to leave in astonishment, declaring that the tales of his greatness had not even told half the truth. 1 Kings, chapter 10, verse 1-9. His kingdom flourished, his people rejoiced, and the temple he built stood as a testament to his devotion to the Lord. Beneath the golden crown and the flowing robes of splendor, beneath the wisdom that astonished kings and queens, there lay a weakness, silent at first, like an ember in the dark, but growing stronger with every indulgence. A weakness that would one day consume him and bring his kingdom to the brink of ruin. The man who had it all, the man who had been given everything, would in the end lose what mattered most. This is the story of Solomon, a king who rose in wisdom but fell in desire. A cautionary tale of devotion, temptation, and the fragile nature of the human heart. Stay with us as we journey through the life of Israel's greatest king. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful biblical stories, and share this video so others may learn from Solomon's triumphs and mistakes. Now, let's begin this journey together, diving deep into the life of Solomon to uncover the triumphs, the temptations, and the lessons that still echo through time. The sun dipped low over Jerusalem, bathing the golden temple in hues of amber and crimson. It was the pinnacle of King Solomon's reign, a time when wisdom and wealth flowed through the city like a mighty river. Foreign dignitaries marveled at the splendor of his court, and travelers from distant lands whispered of his unparalleled knowledge, his songs and proverbs, his understanding of nature, and the deep mysteries of life. The Queen of Sheba herself had journeyed far to test his wisdom, bringing with her gifts of gold, spices, and precious stones, only to leave in awe, declaring that not even half of his greatness had been told. 1 Kings, chapter 10, verse 1-9. Yet hidden beneath the surface of his divine wisdom was a man whose heart was weighed down, not by gold, nor by the burdens of his people, but by the weight of his own desires. The son of David and Bathsheba, Solomon had been chosen by God to rule over Israel, and he began his reign in devotion to the Lord. One fateful night, in the sacred hush of Gibeon, the Lord had appeared to him in a dream and granted him a request. 1 Kings, chapter 3, verse 5-14. Solomon, in an act of humility, had not asked for riches or long life, but for wisdom to govern his people well. Pleased by this selfless request, God bestowed upon him wisdom beyond any man before or after, along with wealth and honor unparalleled in the world. Yet, even the wisest of men could not fully master the desires of the heart. As his kingdom expanded, so too did his influence and alliances. Kings and rulers of neighboring lands sought to secure peace with Israel, and the way of kings in those times was to forge treaties not merely with words, but with marriages. And so, one by one they came, daughters of Pharaoh, princesses of Moab, Ammon, Edom, Sidon, and the Hittites. 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1. Each marriage was a thread in the vast political tapestry Solomon wove, binding nations together in peace, ensuring trade and prosperity, securing the stability of his reign. It did not happen all at once. A single compromise, then another. A whispered promise, a moment of justification. Slowly, like a fortress crumbling brick by brick, his devotion to the Lord weakened, even as his kingdom flourished. The wisest of men had become the blindest of fools. Solomon had known the commands of the Lord, the ancient warnings given to Israel. You shall not intermarry with them, nor they with you, for they will surely turn your hearts after their gods. Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3-4. And yet, Solomon, confident in his wisdom, believed he could hold firm, that he could unite his political world without surrendering his spiritual devotion. He took wives and concubines, their number growing to 700 wives of royal birth, and 300 concubines. 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 3. The courts of the palace became a mosaic of nations, filled with voices speaking in foreign tongues, adorned with the customs of lands beyond Israel's borders. At first, Solomon stood firm, unwavering in his worship of Yahweh. The great temple he had built stood as a testament to his devotion, and his prayers echoed through its halls. The priests of Israel continued their sacrifices, and the people of the land followed in the ways of their forefathers. But as the years turned, so too did the affections of his heart. Love, desire, and the whispers of his wives began to draw him away. They came to him not only with beauty, but with the gods of their homelands. They did not demand he forsake Yahweh outright. No, that would have been too bold. Instead, they asked for small gestures, a shrine here, an altar there, harmless tributes to honor their heritage. And slowly, like a river carving its way through stone, they wore down his resolve. The wisest of men had become the blindest of fools. On the high places of Jerusalem, incense curled toward the sky in honor of foreign deities. The great king who had once prayed for wisdom now found himself offering sacrifices to Ashtoreth of the Sidonians, to Chemosh of Moab, and to Molech of the Ammonites. 1 Kings chapter 11 verses 5 to 8. The sacred fire of Yahweh's temple still burned, but in secret corners of the kingdom, other fires were kindled, offerings made to gods who demanded unspeakable things. Molech, the Ammonite god, required child sacrifice, and the thought that Solomon, the once wise king, may have allowed even a trace of such horrors within his land was a chilling reflection of how far he had fallen. His heart, once wholly devoted to Yahweh, was now divided among 1,000 loves, each one tugging him further from the truth. The people of Israel watched in sorrow and confusion. How could the one chosen by God, the one who had spoken with such wisdom, now lead them into error? His wisdom was unmatched, his wealth beyond measure, his power absolute. Yet, in the end, none of it could save him from himself. Solomon's story is not just history, it is a warning, a reminder that even the greatest among us can fall when the heart is led astray. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey. Your time and support mean more than words can say. If this story has touched you, please like, comment, and subscribe so that more people can learn from this powerful biblical lesson. Share this video with friends and family, so that together we may seek wisdom, but above all remain faithful to God.